period. And you know, I am a leader who listens. And I have listened. And I have listened to the honorable leader of the minority party, leader of the party called ODM. And because we are in a broad-based government with ODM, and the broad-based government is very responsive and listens. And because I am also leader of that broad-based government in the House, having listened to the Honorable Junet, having listened to the Chair of the Finance and National Planning Committee, and my very able deputy and whip, the Honorable Silvana Sosoro, assisted by Naomi Wako, we have agreed together with the leader of minority that we give this matter more time for further consultations and see how we can realign it with other laws, because the amendment as proposed and as further amended will not cater for the concerns, for instance, raised on the the expedient resolution of cases in court. And let me say this, Honorable Speaker, because I am saying that because I want also to save our time. It is now 20 minutes to 8, and we need to go to our families. I will ask your indulgence that I withdraw both the amendment and the further amendment pending further consultations so that we are able to proceed. And I thank you all for your energy and determination to do what is right for Kenyans.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable members, the Honorable Junet, go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Mr. Chair, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my counterpart, the leader of the majority party and the leader of the broad-based government in the House, Honorable Kimani Ichungwa. Mr. Chair, this is a listening majority leader. This is a man who wants this country to prosper. This is a man who wants this country to go and become first world, Mr. Speaker. Majority Leader, Mr. Chair, this is a listening government, and this is a listening leadership. On that note, Chair, I want to say this. Mr. Chair, I want to say this on that note. Chair, the minority traditionally sits on the left side of the Speaker. Of late, I have been invaded by a very few militia who are making noise behind me.
Thank you.
Called Wamunyoro and Wamitego. They have just invaded where I'm sitting, Chair, and I am giving them, I'm giving them space to sit here. Otherwise, they should be on the other side of the house. But they are shouting more than they are right on this side. What I'm going to do from next week, I am going to excommunicate them from this side so that they become partyless, they become stateless, and they become committeeless.
Thank you.
Yeah, I conclude.
Please do conclude.
Chair, I'm concluding by saying this.
Yes.
We had extensive consultation with the majority leader. We have discussed this matter, and we have agreed that we need to do further consultations in the interest of the people of Kenya. It is true that we have people who are evading taxes and using the judiciary system to make sure that they don't pay any tax. We are going to address the matter holistically, and in the soonest possible, we are going to bring here legislations that is going to make sure that every taxpayer commits and pays his taxes.
Thank you. Honorable Mbui. Honorable Mbui.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to, Chairman, I want to agree with the two leaders. But as a matter of concern, we must confirm to Kenyans that this decision is not a decision to withdraw, because a decision has already been made by the House, and members have already voted, and you have already announced the result that this has been lost. So, Mr. Speaker, there is absolutely no way you can go back, and there is no standing order There is absolutely no standing order. This has been lost. It is no longer in law. We move on to the next clause.
Honorable, order. Honorable members. Honorable members. You know our rules that voting by acclamation or what you did earlier is a procedure of voting. Voting by division is a procedure of voting. So until this is done to the end, nothing is spent. And so the voting by division is a process. The clause concerned has been withdrawn before we finish that process. So the matter is callous, finito, withdrawn, and no further amendment on it. Let's proceed with the matters that are remaining. I order the bar to be opened and we proceed with the matter. There's nothing out of order. The matter in question has been withdrawn. We will proceed with the next clauses of the matter.
Provisions relating to the Miscellaneous Fees and Levies Act, Cap 469C, Clause 53.
Members, I propose that Clause 53 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that Clause 53 be amended as per the order paper, be deleted. That means I beg to move that Clause 53 be deleted. Honorable Chairperson, this particular clause is very important to make sure that the Kenya Revenue Authority is adequately resourced to enhance revenue collection and strengthen tax administration. I beg to move, Honorable Chairperson.
Members, I propose the question that Clause 53 be amended as proposed by the Chairman of Finance Committee. I now put the question that Clause 53 be amended as proposed by the Chairman of Finance Committee. May, as many of that opinion say aye. Will that opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Members, I put the question that Clause 53 as amended, Clause 53 has been deleted, therefore there's nothing to be part of the bill. Next clause.
Clause 50.
Clause 54.
Members, I propose the question that Clause 54 be part of the bill, and because there's no amendment to it, I put the question that Clause 54 be part of the bill. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as another opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 55.
Members, I pose the question that Clause 55 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that Clause 55 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Chairperson, this particular amendment it also speaks to what I had spoken to earlier about manufacturers of LPG gas. With the recent things we have seen happening in Hamus and what has happened to our prices of fuel, Honorable Speaker, it's very important to look at alternative sources of energy. And one of the alternative sources of energy is LPG gas, and therefore we are incentivizing investment of at least 5 billion shillings in this particular sector for petroleum gas storage tanks and related infrastructure in Kenya. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
I propose the question that Clause 55 be amended as proposed by the Chairperson of Finance Committee. The Honorable Wundo.
Chair, as much as I support the amendment, but Honorable Chair, the figure of 5 billion or even if it's 2 billion is excessively high. It means then we never have any local participate in this industry or enjoy these incentives. Is it possible, Chair, you can review the amount of investment required to make it much acceptable and affordable to a common mwananchi, a common investor in Kenya? We should not always benefit the foreigners and let the Kenyans themselves have no such tax benefits. It's not fair, Chair. Chair, so plead with him with consider reducing the threshold.
The Chair of Finance Committee. The Chair of Finance Committee. There is a proposal, a request to you by the Honorable Chair of Finance Committee.
Honorable Chairperson, in as much as I appreciate the remarks by the Honorable Undo, investment in LPG gas is very expensive, and therefore having a threshold of 2 billion shillings, for example, as proposes, will be defeative. the minimum you need to invest in a plant for LPG manufacturing is at least 5 billion shillings, Honorable Chairperson. So the risk of reducing this is where we have manufacturers that produce something else and they claim, Honorable Speaker, that they are producing, for example, LPG gas, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable members, I now put the question, therefore, that clause 55 be amended as proposed. Honourable Karoli, what is...
Many members may not know, but this clause is a clear example of what state capture is doing in this country, where public decisions are being made for private interest and not for public good. Let us be fair. There should have been a declaration of interest from the executive as to who is putting an LPG gas facility that requires tax exemptions.
Is there a member in this house who has those interests that you know?
Yes.
Could you please name them?
Mr. Speaker, no, we need to get to the bottom of this. We all know what I'm talking about.
I put the question now that clause 55 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance Committee. Will have no opinion say aye? Will have no opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I now put the question members that clause 55 as amended be part of the bill. Will have no opinion say aye? Will have no opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
New clause 55A.
Members, I propose a question that the new clause 55A be now read a second time.
Honorable Chairperson, I do propose that this clause 55A be now read a second time. Honorable Chairperson, allow me to explain what this amendment is about. When this Honorable House passed the Affordable Housing Act, they gave the responsibility of collection of housing levy to Kenya Revenue Authority. So Kenya Revenue Authority collects affordable housing levy and remits it to Affordable Housing Board on behalf of Affordable Housing Board. However, Honorable Speaker, the law did not give KRA enforcement powers for this affordable housing. And therefore, we have got very many employers who are deducting housing levy from the employees, but they are not remitting that particular deduction to the Affordable Housing Board. So what this House has done in a previous amendment is, in the amendments we did yesterday on the Kenya Revenue Authority Board, is to give Kenya Revenue Authority enforcement powers. As a result, therefore, Kenya Revenue Authority has additional responsibility to enhance enforcement and make sure that those that are not remitting aggregate to remit. The rate that we put as agency fees for Kenya Revenue Authority for the amount of money they retain after they collect the housing levy, the law says up to 0.5%. And therefore it was observed that agency fee is very low, and therefore the proposal is to increase it from 0.5% to at least 2%. However, again I insist, this does not affect the rate at which Kenyans are paying affordable housing levy. It does not change the rate of affordable housing levy. What it does is allow Kenya Revenue Authority to retain up to 2% of the housing levy they collect, so that in line with the extra responsibilities we gave them yesterday of enforcement, Honorable Chairperson. So it's very important, because I saw, Honorable Chair, some media houses reporting that we have changed the rate of affordable housing levy from the current rate to 2%. Far from it. There is nothing like that. And those media houses should be very embarrassed to misreport and disinform, Honorable Speaker, on those particular matters. I beg to move, Honorable Chairperson.
Members, I propose the question that the new clause 55A be now read a second time. Honorable Makali Mulu.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to support this and say that the tax collector must be paid, and that this levy is justified, Honorable Speaker. But, Honorable Speaker, even as I do that, I want to go on record, because I'm an odd member in this House, that what we have done with the 47 Clause A is unprocedural. The government was scared of being defeated, and we will still defeat.
Order. Honorable Mbago.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. But on this issue of housing levy,
we really charge so many people in the Kenyan tax bracket component who do not even require these housing facilities. I would suggest that even if you are charging this housing levy, it should be directed to people who require these houses. Because there are so many people who have their own houses and they don't require this housing, affordable housing in this.
All members, I now put the question. What is out of order, the Honorable Junet? The Honorable Junet, what's out of order?
Huh? Chair, you know, my colleague here is talking about the housing levy. We are not discussing the housing levy in this amendment. We are discussing the agency fee for collection so that KRA can get more money as an agency fee. So I know you came late and your eyes are not looking good.
Members, there's a further amendment. The Honorable Wamboka, what is... Yes, you have the mic.
Chairman, let's debate with decorum. It is unfair for Honorable Junet Mohammed, my leader, to imply that the Honorable member has come with something in the eyes. Honorable member.
Did he say that?
Yeah, that's what he said. That he came late and his eyes were not looking. You can confirm from the Hansard, Honorable member. We must treat...
Order. The Honorable Junet, the Honorable Junet. Order. The Honorable Junet, did you say that? No. If you said that, proceed. Order.
Mr. Speaker, I did not say that. I did not say that.
No, sit down. Honorable, just sit down. The Honorable Junet, you and I have been in this house since 28th of March 2013. You don't do that. And if you... Order. This isn't a joking matter, and I don't want to go to order. We don't have time. I don't want to go back to Hansard. If you said that, order. Proceed and withdraw it. If you said it, if you didn't, because I'll go to the Hansard. If I go to the Hansard and you said it, I'll throw you out of the house.
Chair, first you did not hear what I said.
But we have the Hansard.
And you are talking as though you are sure that I said that.
So what did you say?
I did not say.
Okay. We shall order. We shall proceed. I will check the Hansard as we go on. If you said something against a member of parliament, of course you know what will follow. We shall proceed as I check the Hansard. Let's proceed. The Honorable Majority Leader, go ahead.
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I want to support that amendment. I just wanted to correct what Honorable Junet has also corrected. That one, because I saw one of the media houses, Honorable Speaker, when the committee tabled their report, one of the media houses actually misreported this aspect, and I think it's a journalist maybe who didn't get it the way it was captured in the committee's report. This amendment, Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from the Honorable Member for Dagoretti South, who wants to put words in my mouth that it was deliberate. And I don't want to judge the journalist because they misreported one of the broadcast medias. This amendment, as the chair has said, Junet has confirmed, has nothing to do with the housing levy. It is the agency fee that KRA is given. And that is why, Honorable Speaker, if you listened when the chair was moving the bill for second reading, he said part of the amendments that he has are those that will help KRA get more resources to be able to mobilize revenue. And I support.
The Honorable Chair, you have a further amendment to make?
The ministry.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move a former amendment. So a further... Honorable Chair, I beg to move a further amendment.
Go ahead.
So when you read the text, it says Section 11 of the Affordable Housing Act is amended by deleting that paragraph. Expression up to 2% of the monies to the collector of the collection of the levy as may be approved by the Cabinet Secretary for the time being responsible for the National Treasury on the recommendation of the Cabinet Secretary responsible for matters of housing. So I beg to move further that we add the words of the Cabinet Secretary, we add the words responsible for matters of housing. I beg to move, Honorable Chairperson.
Honorable members, you've heard. So the import of what he's saying is that the levy will be up to 2%. It could be lower, but it will be recommended by the CS in charge of housing. Now, before we vote on this matter, Honorable Junet, you want to say something?
I can see my colleague, we were with him in Azimio chair, has taken offense on what I say. I did not mean to impute any improper motive on him. If he feels that I put improper motive on him, I withdraw and apologize to him, Chair.
That is now Junet. The other one was not Junet. That is now Junet. I know sometimes your tongue may slip. And when your tongue slips, you should be able to say, my tongue slipped and I apologize. That's the way you work in this house. Now, honorable members, I now put the question that the new clause 55A be now read a second time. Honorable members, I'll take that again. I now put the question that the new clause 55A and the further amendment thereof be read a second time. Will another opinion say aye? Will another opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I now propose the question, members, that the new clause 55A be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 55A be part of the bill. Will another opinion say aye? Will those opinions say nay? The ayes have it.
Provisions